Flying too low, the wrong way, in Joshua Tree, Saturday afternoon. They just buzzed my home a few minutes ago, and now they're flying back. So you definitely have a problem at 29 Palms that you have to resolve. Just flying too low. Flying towards the Marine Corps base at 29 Palms, which is in that direction is where he's going, where those mountains are right there in the background. You barely see him. It's an overcast day today. They're flying off the base to do these recon or training missions. The base is 17 miles away. They have no business being out here. But the reason they behave this way is they actually think they're going to control all this land. Helicopter, large one, looks like a freight helicopter, cargo helicopter. It's heading towards 29 Palms. It's actually heading southeasterly, not towards 29 Palms, but probably will wind up there. In any case, it's flying too low and it's flying the wrong way. Way too low here. Nope, not flying 29 Palms. They may be coming out of San Bernardino and heading to Yuma. The direction it's going looks like Yuma, Arizona. Coming right at my house. Here we go. Right over my home. Right over the house. Right over the house. And who are you? There he is, flying the wrong way. This is the same asshole that buzzed my home a few minutes ago. The president is doing the right thing, cutting back the funding of these criminals. As in the previous video you've just seen, these people stopped their car to examine what was going on because people don't understand. the criminal behavior that goes on in the military. This is a gunship. Just sitting there burning up taxpayer dollars, harassing people. It's now veering over towards the Marine Corps base. There's the Marine Corps base. In the background, the mountains. It sits, the military base of 29 Palms sits right before that mountain range in a valley. Alright, it's 7:37 Sunday morning, and we have an airplane that's taking off from its home somewhere on the street here in Joshua Tree. Oh, we'll find it here in a minute. You can certainly hear it. It's a very slow climb and slow ascent by a small aircraft. And we're looking for it right now. It's not coming up on the screen. Can't find it. Alright, in this case, I don't have anything. Oh, it's Monday morning. Let's see the date here. It's Monday, May 20th, 2013, about 8:45 a.m. I'm on Newser website. I've been on the phone with the White House all morning long about all kinds of issues, mostly about corruption in the military, sexual scandals, and dealing with these generals who are basically removing them from service, basically decommissioning them. And here is a pop-up showing this now. This is what I'm filming now instead of helicopters coming over my home. So it's nice to see these people after the fact, greatly after the fact, are harassing me. Now their own lives are on the line, their own careers are at stake, and basically we're watching removal from service of various generals and base personnel, base commanders, Secretary of the Navy, facing essentially removal of service. I'm going to videotape this back so I can get the correct term. Thank you. Okay, what I'm coming back is it's called relieving them of their command at these various bases, including Camp Pendleton and 29 Palms, for their harassment and disparaging attacks over my home, which I've documented hundreds of these cases, but I'm coming forward with several dozen of them, relieving them of their command of these base commanders and generals and Secretary of the Navy, because they've shown gross negligence and professional negligence in how they manage the base. These attacks that were leveled over my home that I have here on video recordings, obviously these all came from the higher ups, and that's why we're now seeing this kind of documentation. Basically what you're looking at here is them a chance to call winning a personal battle. There's no such thing as that. It's fraud, and we have spies in the armed services that are helping foreign governments through Rupert Murdoch and Fox News pass data, intelligence, and information against the people of the United States, otherwise known as treason and espionage. Alright, main thing is This is now showing up for the first time this morning at this time right here. Let me get the timestamp again. There it is. What are they up to? Twin screws. Personnel carriers, 2 of them. Nope, we got 3 of them. 3 of them. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Where are they flying to? They appear to be going to 29 Palms to the back way, and they're about a mile away from my home. Instead of flying directly in my backyard, they're not supposed to be anywhere around here for miles. The first 2 are flying too close in formation. And what they're doing is, instead of coming up to my neighborhood, what they're doing now is they've been flying eastbound. They're now heading northbound. And then what they're going to do is they're going to make a right-hand turn, which means they're going to be going eastbound again and avoiding Joshua Tree. The one in the back would be the most suspicious one. Anyways, if they're handling 3 personnel carriers, it means they're up to something big. Like head honcho, Secretary of the Navy, whatever. They don't need to be coming into our community, and that's what they're doing. So the fact that they're showing 3 of them up is a big deal, believe me. It's a huge deal. Alright. Going to stop recording. They're flying behind the mountains north of me, which are hills actually, foothills, and they're heading into a town called Northlanders, or Landers, north of Joshua Tree. Too close to the house. Twin screw personnel carriers, I got 2 of them. Right next to the home. They're just like about a quarter mile away, a few hundred yards. They're just looking for trouble. They want to be asinine about it, that's fine. Flying at extremely low altitude, coming into our neighborhood, trying to have the last dig. We'll see how it works. It's not going to work. They're just punk asses all the way. They're crybabies and they're heading back to Oceanside. They left one there today, still there, so we can expect another attack. And what they're doing is wasting and abusing taxpayer dollars. They're showing up in person to avoid to avoid telephone conversation, so they can prevent from implication. Coming too close to the house. Deliberately harassing the neighbors. This is the day after the the Secretary of the Navy was implicated, along with the three commanding officers at Camp Pendleton and 2 commanding officers, Berger and Brookshire, over 29 Palms for harassment. He's around 1,000 feet. Still too low, still coming directly in our neighborhood, around our home. The end for them is clearly spelled out. He comes directly at my home from 29 Palms all the way to Camp Pendleton. As soon as he sees me filming him, he veers away. You clearly see he's going off course. He's now heading south, directly south. My question is, why don't you just stay westbound in the first place instead of going north by northwest to come directly over my home and harass us? The fact that he's being filmed going directly south means he came to my home and had to go out of his way, out of his flight path. Can't get him on tape anymore. Yep, there he is, prowling the neighborhood. Circling my home is what he's doing. Going back to 29 Palms now. He's circling the neighborhood is what he's doing. Same helicopter, too low of an altitude, coming back about 10 to 15 minutes later. Heading directly for 29 Palms now. You see how close he is, how low he is. He has no business being around here, flying helicopters in a residential neighborhood, doing whatever they are, recon, training, harassment missions. These are all orchestrated from the top. Why? There's too many of them. It's too expensive of an operation, and it's too concerted, meaning we're getting links and emails and everything else coming out at the same time. It's Wednesday afternoon, around 1:18, and I'm recording this here off of a newser website. Looks like the Marine Corps are getting very desperate. People are wondering why they're putting this out. But I know, and they know, but nobody else knows. Does that not look like propaganda? They're full of shit. Here's the article. Here's the date. Hilarious. This is an inappropriate forum to settle this, only in the court of law, and complaints to the Obama administration and to the U.S. senators that govern this area would be appropriate. Thank you. Snooping, milling around. No business being over here in these parts. This Marine Corps base has no business being over here in Northlanders. They're not even over their base. Low altitude aerial flyover, not on their property. Coming in and harassing the citizens of North Joshua Tree once again. Gee, well, their favorite plan is to head west and then head south and sneak up and come up from behind like they did last week. People are certified malevolent clowns, wasting taxpayer dollars. Look how low that altitude is. Ridiculous. Can you fly any lower? Too low to the ground. (9:15) May 30th. I'm here at Wesley Road, 2916 Wesley Road in Joshua Tree, recording these three lights. We don't know what they are. There goes one out. There goes the next one. And these are over 29 Palms, Marine Corps base. And it went out, see there? I don't know what they are. There they are again. These are who knows what they are. They could be aircraft, they could be drones, blimps, helicopters. They're very unusual. I've seen them over this base before. Mysterious lights. They just sit there and they hover. I've seen them on several occasions up here in the skies. They've come over Northlanders, or Southlanders I should say, North Joshua Tree, and of course over 29 Palms. The lights go off and on at will. Since they're over the Marine Corps base, it's obviously something to do with them. Do I think this is a conspiracy theory? No, I don't think they're UFOs. I just think they're something to do with the Marine Corps base. They're probably drones or something related to them, or some other type of aircraft. Interesting. Good night. Turned the camera on by accident.